to 6, a helping hand with your land.
You know, from Essex here, out today to make a video for you that I have been looking forward to making for a really long time. I specifically let the grass in this field get way out of hand so that we could come out here and do this video for you. Many of you that have a pasture type area like this, like myself, and need to maintain it, you have a lot of different machines that you can choose from in order to go out and take care of this. So we've taken this 2.5 acres out here and split it up into 3 different sections. One of those sections we're gonna go and attack with this big Hustler zero-turn mower. 29 horse, electronically fuel injected, big deep deck machine with a set of blades on it that has only cut about 1/4 acre. Good, sharp, best case scenario. The middle section right here, we're gonna attack with this Kubota B2650 with a Del Marino flail mower behind it. This flail mower is a grass flail set up with grass blades, hopefully gonna give us a really nice looking cut. And finally, for our third area, we're gonna take a traditional Lampride rotary cutter and go and mow the area down with that. We're gonna show you a couple things today. We're gonna look at these different areas and see what their finished cuts are like. Kind of check out the different areas between the grass, the clover, the weeds, and see how each machine is able to cut that area and how clean of a result we get. And also talk through the operational characteristics of each one of those and compare, say, Garrett running a zero-turn mower, getting bugs splatted in his face while I sit in my air-conditioned comfort. So, come along with us here today. We're gonna attack these different areas. I think gonna make a really cool video for you. So we have enough of our 3 areas done here that we can compare what the finished cuts look like between each one of them. So starting here first, where we would have cut with the zero-turn mower, you can see that this left behind more sticks and a lot more clumps of grass than what you may necessarily want. You know, you take a machine like that that's made to really cut your lawn, not only be taken off, say, 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 if you really let it get away from you at a time, and you bring it out to an environment like this where you're cutting things that are a little bit more sticky and stringy and a lot more volume than what it's made for. It can give you a, I suppose, acceptable result, but it does not give you, say, single pass quality here to be happy with what it's left behind. We could go back and forth and probably clean this up again in a second pass and it would look just fine. We did a little bit of that up here and just kind of touched it up a little bit, but you certainly probably wouldn't want to walk away from this place here considering this done. If we walk over here a little bit more to where we ran the flail mower, this has probably given us the most impressive single pass cut that we could ask for. Now this is a flail mower with grass knives on it. Remember that, it's not hammer knives that are made from more woody materials. You still do have a little bit of the sticky stringy stuff left behind, but if you look at the clippings, the way that that flail mower discharges the clippings straight out the back does a much better job of distributing them and not clumping. You know, you could look across this entire area and I don't see anything that I would necessarily call a clump, right? The clippings are really nicely spread out. Going over here to the rotary cutter, which we're still finishing up on, You'll see the rotary cutter probably gives the worst cut of the 3 different options. There's a lot more irregularities. There's a little bit of the stringy stuff left behind, but there's areas here that you would just call like grass that just simply didn't get cut when the rotary cutter went over top. Now that's gonna be, you know, one big blade spinning underneath of there. It's not contacting the grass nearly as often to cut it as finely or to mulch it up, but you just don't get a very nice cut here at the end. And we've got some parts here that looks like the tires probably pushed over and didn't get cut at all. So again, an area that you're probably gonna wanna go back and make a second pass to clean it up. Now for all of their differences in cut quality, there's one thing that you kind of got to watch out for, and that if you walk into a dealership like ours and you say that you're going to do a job like this, more than likely we're going to lead with telling you that you need a rotary cutter. And that's going to be because you can't see what's in here. If you were going across and say there was a tree branch laying out here, or a hidden root, or a big old rock that's out here in the grass, there's not a prayer in the world you're going to see it out in a condition like this. You just don't know. So if you were gonna go through here in that flail mower like I did before and caught a big old stick in there, you're gonna pull it right up and jam that thing up, and it's gonna be a mess to clean up. Or even on our zero-turn mower over there, that's a machine that its spindles and stuff are made for high speeds, but it's not really made to be contacting things. And so if you caught that foreign object out here, it's very likely that you very quickly can do a lot of damage to that machine. So take this into account. While the cut qualities things are very different, by and large, the better cut quality that you're gonna have, the more apt you are to damage that machine if you strike something. So as far as operating the equipment goes, there's gonna be some big difference in, say, coming out and mowing grass is 3 feet high with a zero turn versus an air-conditioned cab tractor, or just very least a tractor that's gonna get you up and out of things. When you're out here running back and forth, what's it like?
Bugs, horrible.
Horrible bugs. Did they like just hit you in the face or what?
All over my body, and it is very uncomfortable.
So would you want to come out here and do this entire thing sitting on the zero turn?
No.
No. When I offered you the cab tractor, you didn't want to take it. Why not?
Because I was relaxing then.
Because you were relaxing on the zero turn? All right. Now driving the tractor was different depending on which one of the 2 mowers was on the back of it. Going back and forth here in the field in grass that is this high definitely pushes the horsepower limits of the tractor. Going back and forth with the rotary cutter, you definitely can, one, hear and feel the mower a lot more. It's much heavier, it's much longer, it's louder when it's running, and it overall is a little bit less efficient. It takes more power from the tractor to spin those big heavy blades. It's a little bit different than the grass flail, so having that on the back, that mower is nearly silent when it's running. You can hardly hear the thing spinning, and it just doesn't demand quite as much from the tractor. So while you can hear it back there working a little bit, you don't feel the load nearly as much. In my passes back and forth, if I'm watching the PTO RPMs, the flail just never dropped as slow as what that rotary cutter did when it encountered the thick, heavy areas. So obviously you have a lot of different mowing attachments in order to get a job done like this. You can use rotary cutters, finish mowers, or flails, all of which are going to cut grass. But you can see the results are quite different depending on how those machines are engineered and what they're really made for. Something like a rotary cutter is going to come out giving you a rougher finish. It's not going to look as good, but that machine is much more durable, and if you hit a rock or a stick or something, it's going to take that blow quite easily. The zero-turn mower or a finish type deck really is made to cut lawns in not conditions like this. So while it will do it and it kind of looks okay, you're going to get a lot of clumping and stuff coming out the back. It's not going to distribute clippings very well. And while it cuts more cleanly than a rotary cutter does, it will leave sticky and stringy stuff behind. Probably the best implement for this is going to be that flail mower, so it gives you the best first pass cut compared to anything out here today, and that's very easily visible. You see much fewer standing stringy things left over on that flail than you do the other mowers. Just know that they are not durable wood cutting machines, right? When you come out here and you're standing in waist high grass, if you were to encounter a stick, a limb, a stake, something hanging out here in the grass, your ability to do damage to that flail mower is much, much higher than it is with, say, a rotary cutter or something that's made to be grinding up wood and debris and that kind of thing and taking that kind of heavy stuff in through it. It just doesn't ingest things very well. So hope these things help. If you're interested in any of these attachments, we've got a great group group of guys that are able to set you up with them. We also have a fantastic website. If you click on one of the links here, it'll take you there. You can go through and see pricing, shipping rates, and everything to purchase one of these things and get it to your door. If you have any parts needs for machines you've already got, service work that can be done, or you're shopping for one of these pieces of equipment, give us a call at Messick's. We're available at 800-222-3373 or online at messick's.com.